morning. I'm Sheriff Carmine Marcino. Thank you for being here today. Protecting those who cannot protect themselves is a promise that I made to our great residents. My family members and I have the duty to protect everyone. This extends to animals. I personally know the great kindness, love, and comfort they bring. And it also sickens me when I hear about abuse and mistreatment. On Thursday evening, employees of a Family Dollar store in Lehigh Acres found a trash bag inside a dumpster with something moving inside it. Inside the bag, employees found what you see here. Zyla, a 16-year-old Shih Tzu, had a rope tied around her neck and was stuffed into a trash bag. These incredibly caring employees rushed Zyla to the Blue Pearl Pet Hospital and called us to report this intentional abuse. My Animal Cruelty Task Force and East District detectives immediately responded. Detectives quickly located the video surveillance that you can see behind me. This sickens me as you watch this. This video shows a blue vehicle pull up and the driver takes a trash bag with Zyla from the trunk and throws her into a dumpster. You can see on this video that he has absolute zero regard for Zyla. No living thing deserves to be discarded like common trash. The suspect literally throwing a life away. This video is disgusting, and my detectives went full force to find who would do this. Zyla was found to be microchipped, and detectives started following leads. It was discovered that Zyla's original owners were unfortunately deceased. Cross-referencing information and using the latest and greatest technology, key details led detectives to a nearby residence with the same blue car driven by the suspect in the video. When the detectives knocked on the door, they met Anthony Bellman, who was still wearing the identical clothing in that video. Bellman was immediately taken in for questioning. Detectives learned that Bellman had a family. He had told his family members that he was taking Zyla to the Humane Society to be put down that day. Instead, he tried to throw her away in a dumpster, where she could have slowly suffocated to death or died of heat stroke. The hospital examination said that Zyla was on her way to a painful death. If she had not been discovered, her last moments would have been like drowning from the inside out. Bellman was arrested for felony aggravated animal cruelty. We bagged up this trash and gave him a ride to the Marcino Motel. We are already working with our incredible, great state attorney, Amira Fox, and her team to see this case through. And with the recent approval of the Lee County Animal Cruelty Registry by our great and amazing county commissioners, when convicted, Bellman will have his name registered as an animal abuser. This will prevent him from abusing and mistreating animals in our great county. This case is exactly why I created the Animal Cruelty Task Force. To date, the Animal Cruelty Task Force has had 2,712 animal calls, 60 Crime Stopper tips, 154 online complaints through the portal, and 67 reports through the Animal Cruelty Task Force hotline. They've made over 15 felony animal cruelty arrests. The Animal Cruelty Task Force is made up of dedicated detectives that are working alongside their peers, each one taking their incredible experience and abilities to solve cases together. We are one team that comes together to be a voice for the innocent and those that have no voice. Thursday night, Bellman learned a lesson. We, my LCSO family, care about dogs like Zyla, and we care that Bellman is held responsible and answers for his crime. Instead of landing in a dumpster where he belongs, Bellman landed in jail. I couldn't be more proud of the detectives that are standing here. When that call came in, within 2 hours, we had our suspect in custody. I have made it crystal clear. I love this county. We all work and live in this county. We serve great residents. We have law and order. We're not going to allow people to abuse animals. They need to leave our county, because if we have a report of abuse or neglect, this team is coming out in full force to make certain that if that person does commit that act or crime, that we punish them to the fullest extent of the law. Our great state attorney, Amira Fox, and I work hand in hand. The people at the state attorney's office do an amazing job working with our detectives. And I'm proud of Lee County because we hold people responsible for those crimes. I watched that video and it makes me sick. And I'm not going to tolerate it. So anyone thinks they want to play games here, I'm coming out in full force, and I mean that. I'll take some questions.
Sheriff Marcino, according to court records, this guy has already bonded out of jail. That must sicken you, too. What can be done to change that?
So, you know, unfortunately, the judicial process is what it is. He bonded out. I think the most important aspect is that we didn't wait a second. All hands on deck. We identified our suspect. We charged him. And now, when convicted, his name goes on an animal cruelty registry, which is most important. So he's flagged, so he can never do this again. And anyone that wants to Google it, they can go online and they can identify who's on that. And, you know, it's a very particular person that abuses an animal or a child or the elderly and those that have no voice. So it's an evil mindset and they have no heart. So he's on our radar, and you know, we will work with our great state attorney to see it right through to the end.
Where's Zyla now?
So Zyla went to obviously get medical attention, and we just got updated. I'm proud of the updates because of the great men and women of the sheriff's office and these investigators. Zyla was treated medically and appears to be in great health now. So I was 16 years old, but I heard running around in good health, a little bit blind, but hopefully very soon will be adoptable. And you know what? We're going to make certain that Zyla, and I know people already want her, but Zyla's going to get a loving home for however long she's on this earth, and we're going to make certain.
Lee County Domestic Animal Service?
Zyla's in Lee County Domestic Animal Services, and again, from what I hear, doing great. I mean, running around, playing, and thank God. I mean, this is a really big deal. If I ask of you, what I would like is to get the information out and make certain to your viewers and the people listening, you don't get to abuse an animal in Lee County. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you're thinking about when you do it. This team's coming out in full force, and when I say zero tolerance, I mean zero tolerance. We are protecting those that don't have a voice.
When it comes to Bellman, you mentioned that Zyla had, her previous owners were deceased. So how did Bellman come into the picture and take Zyla?
Great questions. Our detectives did such a great job. Now that call comes in for service roughly around 4:30, a little bit later. By 6:30, Bellman is identified, in custody, and being charged. So within that 2-hour period, that microchip leads us to the owners, which were unfortunately deceased. So the original owners of Zyla, they're deceased. But through other investigative tools and technology and great detective work, they're able to match dots, connect dots, and again, watching the video, it leads us right to his house, the same vehicle in the video, the same clothing is being worn, and within, you know, minutes of questioning, we have our suspect in custody.
So is he a family member of her?
So he is a family member of the 2 original owners that are deceased.
Did he ever say why he was, because at first he said he was going to take her to the Humane Society to shelter to be euthanized. It seems like she's doing well, but instead he threw her in the dumpster. Did he at least just say why?
So originally he was taking that dog he believed to be put down, quote, put down. The dog is 16 years old. The dog is blind to a certain extent. But at 16 years old, the dog is running around today healthy and happy. Because this case is open and active, I can't get into the actual details, but I will tell you this. And I stand here, you know, I deliver the message But the men and women of the sheriff's office, these detectives did such a great job. I couldn't be more proud. And the message is clear. You abuse an animal in Lee County, Florida, and I promise you, we will hunt you down no matter where you go. We're going to find you, and you're coming back to be fully charged to the fullest extent of the law. So I'm proud of the outcome of this case. While heartbreaking to watch a video like that and bone-chilling, the outcome couldn't be better. Our suspect is charged in custody, and our puppy, I say puppy, 16-year-old puppy, is running around today having a great day alive. It's a great day. You know, that animal abuse, registry, I thank our county commissioners. Once again, they give us all the tools to do our job. That's a big thing for Lee County, to be able to go online and find out who's abusing animals, who's been convicted, and also so they can't further get animals and abuse. That's something that should be done all over the country. Okay, people that abuse animals are very sick people, and later on in life, statistically proven, they'll abuse humans worse. So that's the worst of the worst.
Any
Will you
priors
or
for
have you-
Bellman?
Bellman's priors are DUI out of Ohio.
Will you or have you been in touch with state lawmakers at all to try to change the law that allows them, to bond out so quickly?
It's a very good question, and we do, and we should be working harder on the other side, is what I say, when it comes to being able to bond out. Now, I believe it was a $50,000 bond, which is a very, very large bond, so I applaud our system for doing that. As always, what I want to see is stiffer penalties for those that abuse animals. Again, it's a very specific person that does that, and we are not going to tolerate that behavior. Education and awareness, see it, say it, make the call is a big deal. Here we are. We, law enforcement, can't be everywhere, but thank God to those heroes that they've seen something moving in a dumpster and they take action and they call us. So see it, say it, make the call for the residents of Lee County, everything. Be the eyes and ears and part of the team, part of the solution. Call things in. When you see something that's not right, call it in, because we want to do our job the best we can. So moving forward, we'll work with lawmakers and see if we can make that happen.
And which store was that? Can you tell us which store?
So I don't know the exact store, but it was a store in Lehigh, and I can get that information for you. But again,
We'd love to talk
Here-
to the heroes.
heroes. I mean, most people throw trash out and they walk away. For them to see that, for them to take action, to call us, and then furthermore, take that dog to the Blue Pearl hospitals to get treatment, man, they're heroes. They really are. Any other questions? Thank you for being here today.